Hello everybody! Today we're going to have a look at Five Below art supplies. Everything I purchased was $5 each. Let's see what I purchased. I got watercolor paper, a sketchbook, soft and oil pastels, colored pencils, a sketching set, and an illustration marker set. Let's start with the watercolor paper and markers. The watercolor paper is nice and thick, and the markers work as expected. The paper is definitely good quality for $5. Next, I move on to the sketching set and sketchbook. The set comes with a range of pencils from 4H to 6B, a medium charcoal pencil and a white charcoal pencil, white and brown pastel sticks, blending stumps, a kneaded eraser, a vinyl eraser, a double hole pencil sharpener, and a sanding pad. The pencils and charcoal pencil performed nicely. The pastels went down nicely on paper and blended well. The white charcoal pencil didn't seem to layer well over the pastel. I did go over the charcoal with it and it blended somewhat. It might work better on black paper. I didn't try the kneaded eraser, but the vinyl eraser erases well. So far, most everything is performing well. So far. Next up are the quote-unquote artist colored pencils. First of all, the plastic case they come in looks like it's supposed to stand up, but I couldn't get it to stay, and the pencils are hard to take out and put back into the case. Second, these pencils are terrible. They are scratchy and hard as a rock with little pigment, and when I press down hard with the black, it's dark gray at best. I would probably have more success using them as darts rather than an art supply. I wasn't going to create anything with them, however, I had a trick up my sleeve. But we'll get to that later. Now it's time to move on to the pastels. At first, it seemed like the soft pastels were going to be great in comparison to the color pencils. I mean, they were in terms of ease, but they were muted and more pastel than regular pastel, if that makes any sense. The oil pastels were very pigmented in comparison and seemed to lay down and blend nicely for cheap oil pastels. So I decided to do a side-by-side comparison of the soft and oil pastels. I think this image speaks for itself. The soft pastel side looks foggy. But I wasn't ready to give up on the soft pastels yet. I decided to do a drawing on black paper to see if I could achieve a better range of value. Well, they definitely show up well on black paper, but the shadows could have been darker in spots. These pastels could be great for highlights, but I wouldn't use them in professional work as they probably aren't light fast, and the drawing was dulled after I sprayed it with fixative. Now we return to the colored pencils. I decided to try the pencils on 1000 grit sandpaper, and what do you know, it worked! Sandpaper is a great surface for colored pencils as it grips the pigment, leaving a bold mark. We've had a lot of solar activity lately, so I was inspired to create this piece after a recent display of the Northern Lights. Even though this drawing turned out okay, I wouldn't expect it to retain its vibrancy over time, as I highly doubt that any of these pencils are light fast. All in all, I think most of these art supplies are a 4 to a 5 out of 5, except for the soft pastels and colored pencils. I'd give the soft pastels a 2.5 and the colored pencils a 2, only because they worked on the sandpaper. Otherwise, I'd give them a 1. So, that was a look at some of Five Below's art supplies. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.